Welcome to the Cardano Sense DC Funding Daily Show, where we analyze 3 proposals that are looking for funding from the Cardano community and the Cardano Treasury. My name's Anthony. If you could please like and subscribe. This is our 3rd episode. Hopefully in about 3 weeks we're going to go live. I first want to try to build up a community before I go live because I'd like to have some back and forth about the proposals that we're talking about. This show is sponsored by this website here that I built. I built the CardanoFund.com website as a place to go where you can look at the proposals. The Ideascale.com, the original site, the site where the proposals are submitted, you need to log in and get a user ID, and it's kind of hard to move around or to figure it out the first time around. I do have a link in every proposal back to Ideascale. If you'd like to see the proposal on Ideascale, I update this at least once a week during voting. It's during the voting period. It's always 100% completely updated. Also sponsoring the show is my stake pool, Sophie Stake Pool. We've been around since the first epoch where you can earn blocks, and we in fact earned a block in the first epoch. We've created about 87 blocks so far. We had the Cardano Foundation funding last month, which is nice. That helped us create those blocks, but we are back to being a small stake pool. So if you'd like to support this show, the best way to do it would be to delegate to the Sophie Stake Pool. Okay, let's get down to the state of the fund, as I like to call it. So, excuse me, in this funding round, we have 2 active campaigns. So we have DApp creation, where you're supposed to essentially answer the question, what dApps should be built to drive user adaptation or adoption? In other words, build stuff that are going to bring more users in. And the developer ecosystem. How can we encourage developers to build dApps on top of Cardano? Now, what I do is I go into one of these sections here. I randomize, start from the beginning, and I pick the first 3 that are interesting and that I like, and I evaluate them. I evaluate these on 3 different kind of characteristics: impact, feasibility, and auditability. And then I kind of just talk about it a little bit. So the 3 proposals we're going to look at today. The first proposal is a group in Africa that are trying to help to create more developers in Africa. The second proposal is a group that is trying to help bring the Czech community into the Cardano community. And the third proposal is a project that is trying to create a portal where developers, people who want to develop on Cardano, can go to one place and see pretty much everything in the ecosystem. So let us get started with the first proposal. First proposal is called ABCD. So this proposal, so we'll look at the impact or the impact of the proposal. Is there a problem that needs to be solved? Yes, true. There's a problem that needs to be solved. The problem is they're trying to create developers in Africa. Is this a net benefit to the community? Absolutely. It's a net benefit to the Cardano community as well as the African community. And can this be scalable? Yes, this is absolutely scalable. Look at the feasibility of this. Are the people that are doing this, are they going to be able to do it? Is essentially what feasibility is. A lot of times you look at these proposals and you say, well, are there developers behind this? And there's not necessarily developers behind this, but I don't think that's really a knock against this. Is it an individual or a team putting this together? Well, it looks like it's a team putting it together. Are they committed? I absolutely think so. And is there a sensible budget? Well, this budget is absolutely sensible at just $13,800. Now, if you go down this proposal here, we'll see they break down exactly what this budget is used for, and that's kind of like, that's the way you like to see it. You know, you like to see a budget broken down like that and exactly how what they're gonna spend money on. So the auditability. So how are we gonna check to make sure this is happening, right? If they get the money. Are there milestones or roadmaps? Well, kind of, but in this situation, it's ongoing. They don't put anything in here as milestones or roadmaps or like a definition of success. It would have been nice if they put in here as maybe a certain amount of developers per every 6 months or per year that are coming out of this school or this community as maybe a definition for success. They don't have that in there, but with this proposal, I kind of give them a lot of slack because they're looking to start a community. They're looking for only $13,000, and this is for 6 months worth of their community, right? Worth of taking care of expenses for their community. This is the type of proposal where if you don't have everything checked off, like all the check boxes checked off, you're going to give it the benefit of the doubt, or at least I am, because it's worth the chance. At only $13,000 for 6 months, and it's such a good cause that you're not going to worry about it if they don't have every box checked. So I really like this proposal. I hope this proposal gets funded, and this is also a proposal that was here from the last funding round. Okay, so let's move on to the next proposal. The next proposal is I know these next two proposals, excuse me, are very frustrating to me. I'll tell you why. This proposal is a proposal that wants to bring people in from the Czech Czech community, right? So if we look at this proposal, right, it says here, relevant experience. We've been working on localization and translation of Signal Private Messenger, Fedora project, operating system, or secure drop. Yoroi Lite, what they want to do is they want to, Yoroi, they want to fix Yoroi so basically it can be used in the local market in Czech, or just I can maybe translate it or just make it so it can be used there. And they're saying, look, they have, what are they saying here? We've attempted to use dApps with Yoroi, local nonprofit organization, during COVID-19, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, among our members are technical localization enthusiasts and experts. We've been actively working on localization and translation maintenance of Signal Private Messenger, Fedora project, blah, 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 right? So they have, supposedly they have all this experience, right? But then we go to their website here, 5binaries.com. So I go here, I'm like, oh, good, look at this. This looks really nice. Okay, know your infrastructure. We're developing a company focused on creating customized, highly reliable solutions. Look, they work with Trezor, Emergo, Ola, Emergo again, or Ergo. This is their expertise. They've worked with Nix, Cardano, and translations. I'm like, oh, this is great. Look at all this expertise. What happens if I click on Cardano? It just brings me back to the same homepage. Click on Nix. It brings me back to the same homepage. Click on translations. Brings me back to the same home page. So this is why this is frustrating, because you go through this, it's a good idea. They say they have all this experience, but they don't show any of it, right? I mean, you like to believe everybody when they say they have experience, but all they did was build a one-page website. This is really frustrating. I think this is a good project. I think, it's a problem that needs to be solved, albeit not a really big problem, but still you want to bring more people into the community, right? Is it feasible? That's where this kind of drops the ball. Who knows if it's feasible, because we don't know if there's developers behind this. They said they are, but who knows? Auditability. I guess you could audit it by, definition of success or roadmaps or milestones if it got done. But again, it just falls back to the fact that they say they have all this experience and they don't show any of it. I mean, I'll go down here. You can see what I'm talking about. This could be a really good app to bring some people in from Czech. But this is an application that needs more work. So hopefully they come back next round and they show some of their work. I mean, they've done a lot, and they should show at least a little of it. Okay, so let's move on to the last and final project here. This project is a company or a group or a person that wants to build a portal for all of Cardano's development kind of needs. Now, I love this because I'm trying to develop on Cardano. I'm not really a developer. I'm still learning when it comes to that kind of stuff. And you really got to jump all over the place. Like, there's different places to go if you want to do something different. And their whole idea here is to just have a portal, a developer community portal, to support and provide reference material for developers entering the Cardano ecosystem. I was like, this is great. We really need this. I think we really need this. One spot where you can go for everything. So I'm reading through this, right? So let's look at the impact. Yep, true, right? Problem need to be solved? Absolutely. It's going to help the community? I think so, yes. Is it scalable? Sure. As Cardano grows, this can be scalable. Feasibility. Again, well, with this, again, they don't really, you know, they don't really put any of their past projects in here, but I put probably feasible because they're just kind of building a portal, you know, and this is it's well written. It's kind of a long proposal, so my gut tells me that they could probably get this done. Is it a sensible budget? Are they asking for a sensible amount of money? Yeah, I think they are at 13,000. 13,000? I may have this written wrong. I'm looking at the wrong proposal. Excuse me, 20,000. I'm sorry, give me a second. This is what happens when you try to record live and not stop all the time. Okay, so their budget is 20,000. Now I thought, like originally I thought that was an okay budget. So I'm reading through this budget and I'm like, I like this. We really need this. I really like this. So I'm reading through there and I get down here to the bottom where they have a note. Note, after speaking with Eva and Tommy from the Cardano Foundation, this proposal will focus primarily on supporting and enabling new enterprise developers looking at getting into the Cardano ecosystem. The Cardano Foundation is expected to also be implementing a developer platform in the near future. As such, the proposal will focus on creating a Cardano Developer onboarding portal to introduce new devs into the Cardano ecosystem. You know, I was like, I kind of had to throw up my hands at this. Why not do this alongside the Cardano Foundation? Look, Cardano Foundation seems to be a lot better, but they don't have the best track record. And I really hate to see that they talk to somebody and they got talked out of their idea. I'd much rather do this alongside the foundation, because then there'd be maybe a little competition. You know, one might be better than the other. We'd have something to choose from. Instead they're going to concentrate on focus on creating an onboarding portal. I don't even know exactly what does that mean. Is that like a forwarding link to the foundation's project? I don't, and they want $20,000 for this, so I don't get it. This is very frustrating because in this whole piece here, they talk about what they want to do, and then in a note on the bottom, they say they're going to focus on becoming an onboarding portal. So this is very frustrating to me because we really need that, and if the foundation is working on it, great. I hope they come up with something great because we do need it, but again, it's frustrating. I wish they would continue to work on it. Okay. All right, in closing, I don't have much today. Next week I'm going to add another section, I think, or another section to this broadcast. There's a lot of talk that goes on in the Cardano community on Telegram and other places, and I want to do a little segment on that because there's a lot of important things going on that don't get past Telegram, that the community doesn't see. So I want to do a little piece on kind of what's going on every day in the community, so that everybody knows what's going on. So, okay, till Monday. I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend.